Okay, so this is Mike, and you work with
Coastal Tractor.
And he's going to walk us through 2 different kind of grape harvesters and an olive harvester?
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's go. He's the expert.
I am the expert.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Where are we gonna start?
So we're starting right here. This is a New Holland Braud 9090L grape harvester.
Okay.
This machine has 2 tanks on it, and it's an Opti-Grape.
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 That's like the...
It's a play on words. It's the optimum grape that you get at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna start at the basics. What makes this machine special and why everyone should have it. We have a pliable bucket. This bucket is like a zipper to where when it goes, it runs at ground speed and it just closes together like a zipper. So when you're harvesting, the vine will go in here. If my legs were the vine,
this looks like a nightmare, just like waiting to happen.
I can drive over you if you come today. Act now. But so what happens is it runs at ground speed. So when it goes, if my leg was the vine, it basically just cradles that vine. You don't have anything rubbing on the vine or dragging to hurt the vine. We can pick grapes after the first year because the vines are just going to be cradled.
Really?
They're
so vines once they've been in the ground for 1 year, you can pick it?
I can pick it.
Wow.
Vines or trees.
Okay,
We do the same thing
that's
with
impressive.
Olive. First, second year, we'll pick an olive tree and we will not damage the tree.
Wow. Don't hurt yourself.
I know. And it will also run backwards.
Okay.
But if you're going 1 mile an hour or 4 miles an hour, that is turning. When you stop, it stops.
Okay.
The bucket system. Okay. The next thing that's special is the bow rods.
Okay.
The bow rods are here and they're contoured like a bow, but there's no hook. You know, they consider the other harvesters they call it a bow peep or a shepherd's rod. It has a hook in it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So the difference is that these will stay parallel. They have 2 points and they stay parallel. They won't flex. They won't go up and down. They stay parallel with each other. The other thing is that you notice when it comes in, the vines are going to come in and they're shaking, and it's going to shake it slowly, and then once it gets to the center, there's a 1 foot area where it's going to shake the vine or the tree the hardest.
Okay.
And then it's slowly going to let it go. So it comes into the to the bow rods, shaking.
Yes.
So it starts and it's very open and it's gently shaking it, and then it shakes the hardest in the middle.
Right.
And then it gently lets it go.
Okay,
So
that makes sense by the way you look at it, where there's a bigger opening, it gets close, and then it gets to a bigger opening again.
Right. So and then that way you don't have a lot of the shepherd's rods or bow peep rods. They're bowed, but they're straight, so they're going to shake gently, and they're going to shake really hard, and then they're just going to drop. You know, it's going to leave that vine or that tree. It just stops.
So it goes through and it's shaking the grapes off.
Shaking grapes off. They land in the buckets.
In the buckets. Okay, so that's where all the grapes go.
And juice.
And juice.
And it's like it's just gently carried.
Yeah.
Up around the back.
Okay.
And we go into a processing in the top.
Okay, so we're gonna go around the back
go
now.
Around the side.
All right. Here we go.
We go around the side as we walk here. You'll notice this machine is gonna have 2 bins on it.
And there's the name Opti-Grape.
Opti-Grape, to play on words.
Yes.
It's not a laser or an optical eye. It's a play on word. It's the optimum grape that we're gonna get. What happens is we gotta go to the back.
Okay, that's fine.
We can't lie.
Okay, can't lie.
Can't lie. Here
No.
we go.
Okay, so this.
So here's
the vine comes through here. All the grapes are in these little buckets, and then they must be going up from there, right?
It slowly opens up.
Goes up.
And this carries it up the system. It's on a chain, and it goes up, and then it dumps into 2 belts.
Okay.
So you can figure that the buckets on this side are going to go into the tank on this side. The buckets on this side are going to go into the tank on the other side. As it goes up and it dumps the fruit, there's 2 belts. They're kicker belts. And they unload the fruit onto each side.
Okay.
When you get onto the side, there's going to be a processing system. The very first system is a destemmer.
Okay.
And all it's doing is it's taking the bunches of grapes and it's running on a grate or a belt, and it has these fingers, de-stickers or de-stemmers,
Okay.
and they're spinning. There's 3 rows.
Okay.
And typically they start with a larger gap, so your larger clusters, it's gonna get hit with a rubber finger,
Okay.
and it's gonna kind of shatter gently.
Okay.
Trying not
Shatter gently.
shatter gently. It's just trying to break down the cluster.
Okay.
Okay, without hurting the grape.
Right.
And then the next row is a little bit closer to the grape, and then the last row is just barely touching the grape.
Okay.
So then the berry falls through the grate. It's a grate, and it falls through and it goes down onto a series of rollers into the next system.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. So you're saying once it gets picked, there's something that takes the stems off the grapes.
It will take the stems off.
So sometimes when I drive past vineyards that have already been harvested, it seems like the stems are still on there.
So if the grape is at the perfect time,
Yeah.
and probably 80% of those are, I don't know, terrible with numbers.
That's okay.
So 70% of the grapes, I don't know, we're probably lying. They're going to be plump and just ready to go.
Okay.
So there's lower fans in these systems also sucking and drawing out, creating a venturi system. While those vines are shaken, the berries will just fall off.
Some berries will just come
They
off,
just
and that's when
fall
I
off.
see that it looks like the stem is still on the vine.
You still see the vines there.
But this is a system that will take any stems that come through it
also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's get up there.
Yeah.
Let's try to climb and not fall.
Oh.
That's my own. Okay. I'm off balance. Okay, here. This is a good view of the show, right? Try not to die, Tara. Okay, we're on the top of the grape harvester.
Okay, so it is very safe with handrails and, you know, it's nice area.
It's an extremely safe
You
machine.
can stand. And honestly, the machine won't run with these up.
It won't run with these up. So is that because, like, if someone's standing up here, they're supposed to put these up, and that's like a safety feature that the machine won't?
It's a safety feature.
Yeah.
You can come up here and you can close these, and there's a system right here, and the rods come out. And with it down, they'll come out, and you can stand back here, and you're almost in a box.
And can the machine run while you're there?
And the machine can run while you're in this position.
Is someone there most of the time? Or is this like, it's not like a normal for someone to be up here?
If I'm trying to figure out if there's an issue, or sometimes winemakers want to come up and they want to
watch,
see it, watch, and for demonstration purposes we have this.
Okay.
The other thing is that underneath this box is where all the hydraulic systems are.
Oh, okay.
It's a dual purpose reason why it's this long.
Okay.
So we got to go back. The grapes came up.
Yes, so the grapes came up from, so we were just standing back there, the grapes came up right there, and now they're here.
Now they're getting dumped down, and then if you look below, there's the kicker belts.
Is that the metal? Or what's the kicker belt?
The kicker belt is the blue belt down there.
Oh, down there, okay.
Down there, yeah.
I see it.
And it throws it up.
Okay.
So now it's throwing up under this fan.
Okay.
This is the upper fan.
Wow, this thing looks complicated.
So complicated but simple.
Okay.
They've been building them since
I know.
the 70s.
It's just like,
so it goes up and it goes underneath the fan.
okay.
Now the fans, you can adjust the fans, I mean, from the cab while you're driving if you want more suction or less suction. Everything from the cab is changeable. You know, that way you do the best job possible that you can. The other thing is we have cameras pointed down at the rack system or the conveyors, so that way you can monitor it and you can make your adjustments on the fly from inside the cab.
Nice. Even if it's complicated, that's to make things, I don't know what the right word is though too, but like you're doing the most efficient job.
Yeah, you're doing the most efficient job from one place without having to stop and get out, stop and get out. You know, it's time management.
Yes, exactly. Time management. Okay. Okay, so we're on this side. So it went through there, and it's up in the fan.
Under the fan. So it's pulled out any large leaves or anything.
Okay. So the fan is actually sucking.
It's drawing everything in.
Okay.
Yeah. Any loose berry is getting dropped straight into the tank. So that way you're not processing and you don't have the chance to damage that berry. Any full berry is going to get dropped straight to the tank.
Okay.
So you just don't want to break them, and you want to process it not double. You know, you don't want to have all these berries moving along if you don't need to, because then you have the possibility of damaging your fruit.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into this. It's going to come across the rack, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's a pink rack underneath these. But these are the pliable fingers.
Okay, and those are like the destemmers.
These are the destemmers that we're talking about, and they're spinning. So there's 3 rows, and they start the furthest away.
Okay.
And then they get closer, and then the last ones basically just
there's actually some little stems in there. Has this harvester been used, or is that for looks?
It's for
don't hurt yourself.
It's for demonstration.
Very safe machine.
Very safe. And if you notice, there's a rack in here, or you know, it's just like a plastic going down to hold it back, so that these.
And there's the grape stems.
These are the stems.
And see the little.
This is the
grapes
mog.
are on each of one of these.
Each of one of these.
Yeah, mog is material other than grape. Look at, I know something.
We are flying here. So what happens is it goes through, and in between each roller, you're gonna have this on there.
Okay.
And it's just some belting material, but it's to hold it back. And then once it's basically, there's no, because when the berries are on here, it's larger, and it keeps kicking it back towards the fingers to destem them. And they are also
I can
away.
see them in between there.
And so when this doesn't have the berries on it, it passes through.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
and then there must be a trash area or something.
It goes right back into your vineyard.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so
that's, I mean, it's back into the soil.
Material, and it's from your vineyard. You're not moving it to another place. It's just getting dropped right off. It comes right off this belt, and it goes right into the center. Okay. In between your vines. Oh. They really go to this because when you go to the winery, you'll see that they're destemming, and they have piles of this. And then they have to, so it's just an added process. Yeah. Which is an added cost. Yeah. Now you have this machine at a winery doing the same job, but then you have all this mog. And it's going out on a belt, and then you'll have, you know, and then you have to move it, and then you have to pick it up one day, and you got to put it in a truck, and then you got to pay the truck driver to haul it, and then you got to dump it somewhere, which you probably got to pay to dump it. So is that the end process there, or where do the grapes go? We're not to the end yet. Okay. Just hold on. There's more to come. I'm in no rush. I need to get my chocolate milk out of my bag. I like chocolate milk. It's not in this bag. Yesterday we were looking everywhere for chocolate milk and we couldn't find it, and then this morning we found it and it was frozen. Oh, really? So I'm waiting for it to thaw. Okay. Okay. Are we going down? We're going down. Okay. I'm going to pause the video there. I didn't want to die, so I had to shut the camera off. You're fine. You're fine. Do you want a feature? Feature, yeah. Hi. Local tractor employee. Yeah, learning about grape harvesters. Yeah, grape harvester. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Yeah. Where we are. So we've gone through the destemmers. Yes. So after the destemmers, we have this is where the play on words comes. It is not an optical sorter. There's not an eye or a laser. Is that the next thing? This is the next thing. No, I mean, like, will that be the next thing, though? I really want it to be. I think, like, you could prune or trim it. You just have a laser at the end and go. Like, I could totally see a machine that will drive over and just. We do have. They have it with sprayers. They have it with where they see the weed and they only let it out when they see the weed, right? Yeah, no, they do. Yeah. So you can invent that. Maybe? Maybe. I can dream it. I don't know if I can invent it. We do have auto steer coming out this year. So the machine will actually work with radar, and it'll see the vines and it'll drive itself. I don't know. Should he be climbing up there? Oh, yeah. It's okay. Holland has great insurance. Bring the kids. Don't worry. Where's the adult that belongs to this child? I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious, careful. You know what? I think it's locked. You want to get down? Oh, gosh. Oh, very trusting. That was wonderful. Wow.
Who knows what could have just happened?
Who knows what could have just happened? What?
You did a great job.
I'll work out.
Saved the day.
You think I can't hold a kid? Come on.
But I mean, if you wouldn't have been standing there, he might have still just jumped for it.
He might have.
I mean, he was already like.
He was ready.
Okay. Okay, so they've gone through the destemmer. It does not have an eyeball. It's a play on words.
It's a play on words.
Okay.
It's very creative.
Okay.
Marketing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come out with the Optimum Grape.
Optimum Grape.
The Opti-Grape. It's the Optimum Grape that's gonna end up in the bin. What happens is you have a fan here. And you can adjust it. Everything's fully adjustable from in the cab.
Yeah.
The grapes come down. They go on. They're spread out on a series of rollers. And they roll across, and then they cascade like a waterfall. And it's an air knife. So the grapes are cascading over, and the air is coming through and blowing out any leaves or imperfect grapes, because the grape has a certain weight to it. So if it's full of juice, it's just gonna fall in.
Right.
If the grape has a disease, or if it's just a skin, it'll be flat and it'll be lighter, and it's gonna blow out.
Okay.
Of the machine.
Okay.
So you're getting Opti-Grapes, you're getting only
the best of the best.
And so you're only gonna make pure wine. You're not gonna have an impurity, or you're not gonna get the flavor of a leaf or a stem or a grape that has a disease, or just the skins.
Yeah.
You're gonna get just the full grape.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So is that pretty much the summary of this one?
That's pretty much the summary of this one.
Finished with this harvester.
We just finished with this harvester.
And now we're looking at this guy.
And now we're looking at this guy. This would be a unit, a grape harvester that you would use. We say, if you can see the winery, because this is the premium, this is the Optimum Grape, that's the Opti-Grape. And then on this side, it's more of the contractor or the guy that's doing the bulk acres.
Okay.
This unit can do 6 tons to the acre.
Okay.
This unit, I've seen 18 tons. They're saying 23 tons an acre.
So this harvester is more what would come to my vineyard.
This is more coming to your vineyard.
Yeah.
It still has the destemmer on it, as you can see. When we were up in this one, it had a pink rack. This one, you can notice out of the back, the tailings, it's a white rack.
Okay.
And the squares are larger to accept the larger tonnage.
Okay.
The fans are larger, and it has a discharge arm.
Okay.
It's a grand export.
So explain the discharge arm, for if people don't know what that it means.
So the discharge arm is that long arm.
Yeah.
It's broke right now. But what we would do is we would bring it out, and it's gonna go. You're gonna feed a gondola.
Yeah. So it'd be like similar to a corn harvester when
just like a combine.
Yeah. When the arm comes out.
Arm comes out, and you're gonna do it constantly. So it also has a bin. It has a single bin.
Okay.
You'll discharge out of the discharge arm, the grand export, while there's a gondola driving next to you, and then when that one's full, you would simply push a button, and it goes into the tank.
Okay.
That guy pulls out.
Yep.
Everyone has their own deal. They turn the, it's got a...
Like a light or something?
It's got a light in the back.
Okay.
Beacon. It's got the beacon in the back. It makes me so nervous. But they click the beacon on because the guy can see. And then the driver knows, oh, he takes off.
Yeah.
The next guy's in following him. He pulls in. And then he pushes that button. It goes from the tank back out to the discharge arm.
Okay.
And they do not stop.
Okay. So if you have if none of this makes sense and you're corn, it's pretty much like this is the harvester, that's the arm, and the gondola is the grain cart.
It's the grain cart.
Yeah. So it's very similar.
Very similar.
And they never stop going.
They don't stop.
Yeah.
They don't stop going with the machine.
Which is like corn.
It's just like corn.
Yeah.
With this machine, it's a 2-tank machine. You're gonna stop. You have to from a button, but physically you stop. You pull the gondolas behind.
Yeah.
And you dump. They
Okay.
pick up and they dump.
Yeah.
You do them one at a time.
Okay.
As we rotate crops. So now this is also a 9090X.
I can't even fit it. Too
So
close.
big?
There we go. Oh gosh.
This machine is for olives.
Olive harvester.
Olive harvester.
So okay, so they have the exact same number. Is that the 9090X?
What they're depicting here is like the size of the machine and the engine.
Okay, so that's not like the, like how our tractors are.
Yeah, it's a 9090X.
Okay.
They both have 175 horsepower.
Okay.
There's small differences. That one will have 4 fans
Okay.
for grapes. This one has 1 fan
Okay.
for olives.
Okay.
The size of this machine, the sheer magnitude, if you come to the front, in the bow rod, you have this funnel now to suck the tree in,
Right.
to bring it in.
And a lot of olive trees, if not all, are planted on like trellis systems now, right?
Currently, yeah, they're high density or super high density.
Okay.
And we're trying to get them, because in Europe it's a common thing, but they keep the trees at, you know,
Short. They top them.
10 feet tall.
Okay.
Or 8. A lot of guys here in California, they're putting the trees on a berm,
Okay.
and then they're growing an 8-foot tree, and then they let it, you know, because the olives only grow on 2-year-old wood, but the wood gets up high and it's wispy and it's about 10 feet. But they keep that 8-foot skeleton, 8 feet tall, they're topping, and then they try to keep it, I think, 4 feet wide.
Okay.
And so that's getting sucked in here.
Okay.
And then if you notice,
We're
this
going
is
back
the-
into the nightmare.
into the depths. But if you notice, if you go
Super similar to the grape harvester.
Super
It's just
similar.
got a lot more of the bows.
we have 6 feet of bows.
But I mean, it is really shaped the same. It's got the same
It's-
buckets.
It's the same buckets, the same bow rods. All of that is patented, and it's perfect. So they haven't changed it.
Wow, okay.
We have new machines coming out, and we're prototyping them. Where we are also doing almonds or almonds.
Yeah.
We're gonna start doing oranges.
All with a machine like this?
All with a machine like this.
So they're gonna shake oranges
We're gonna shake oranges
right off the tree.
right off the tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that how they get picked now? I have no idea how
No, they're
oranges
it's a hand job right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's still hand picked.
Okay.
And we're doing blueberries.
Okay.
So then the blueberries are new, and we're gonna be able. It's gonna have like a French plow for your next episode of the French plow. But it's gonna have an arm that comes down because
Okay.
the blueberries are a bush.
Right.
It's gonna have an arm that comes down, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna pick the sides of the bush up so the bush is standing up, and then the bush will go through, and it'll shake the blueberries off.
Wow.
We'll get rid of the bins, and we put people up there.
Okay.
Because it's hand sorted
Yeah.
on the top of the machine.
For just the blueberries
Just
or for
the blueberries
okay.
will be hand sorted.
So the olives, once they get up to the top, is it a totally different system as the grapes, or is it very
It's
similar?
not. It's a very similar system. It's just there's no cleaning at this time. They have one large fan. All the olives go in. The olives they hardly ever come out in a cluster. So it's just the individual olive leaves
Oh, duh, yeah.
and some wood.
Okay.
So it goes up, and the fan sucks out the leaves, and it goes on a conveyor, and it'll go into the bin or out the discharge.
And olives keep their seed through the whole process, right?
Yes.
Like-
yeah, the seeds inside.
Yeah, so that never comes out during the
never
harvesting
comes out.
process.
And the grapes have the seed. It's my biggest complaint. If we
It doesn't get ripped out with the stem?
It doesn't get ripped out.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I'm out there at night eating grapes,
You gotta spit those seeds out.
it's my biggest complaint. We
Darn.
don't have a harvester that takes the seeds out. And the wine grapes are super sweet.
Yeah.
When we harvest. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sugars.
Okay. So is there anything different about this one you want to show?
Not
It's got the same
not-
arm, and it's got, I guess then it does like a gondola style as well?
It does the gondola style as well. The one thing I wanted to touch base on is as we panoramic view here, we go through these machines are also used, so the machine alone, off the hip, you're gonna pay, anywhere with a machine without destemmers, you'll be around 400,000. You can go all the way up to 538. List is 538, but I've never sold anything over 450.
So just a drop in the bucket. 450. I mean, come on.
Everyone, you could use 2 at Beaver Vineyards.
Yeah, I think
You
so,
could
huh?
use 2.
Yeah. Okay, so for like people who do, like how many acres of grapes do you think someone should have to like actually own their own harvester?
So it's
Like, is there like a realistic number? Because it's mainly like a lot of custom done, right?
we have people in the Central Coast, and they determined that 200 acres would pay for a machine.
Okay.
But they're trying to use that machine for multiple functions, not only harvest.
Okay.
Because our machine at Braud, New Holland, is basically a tractor.
Okay.
You buy the harvester, and it's complete. And then you can transpose your grape harvester into a sprayer. It's
This
the
looks
same
nothing
machine.
like the harvester.
It's a transformer.
It's a transformer.
So basically there's a tractor in all of these. All we've done is we've removed the picking head.
Okay.
And now we've
Added spray
added
tanks.
2 sprayers.
Wow.
So now you can go into your vineyard and you can spray 3, 4, or 5 rows.
My
in your
sprayer
vineyard.
looks nothing like this.
Yet.
Yeah. My sprayer is very small.
But it's a way to utilize all of your equipment and your money. A sprayer like this will run you roughly $75,000.
This whole thing, or like if you had the harvester,
The harvester
and you're changing it onto this, it's like an add-on.
It's an add-on.
Okay.
You can add the sprayer in there.
Okay, because I was like, I could take that.
The next thing is you can add
Oh my God, what is that?
the
What is this
3-point.
thing?
So
So
now you
this
can-
all has like the same core.
This is the same core. This is the same machine. This machine.
That is
the
so
same
interesting. It is a transformer. You were not
as
joking.
this. So
Wow.
we've taken the harvest head out now, and now we have dual 3-points. So we're utilizing your harvester. Now you can go back in your vineyard, and you can mow 2 rows at a time.
2 rows at a time. This
Or you
is
can-
very
you can-
fancy.
Yeah, you can mow 2 rows at a time. I have guys that are planting with seed drills, 2 rows at a time.
And there's a good picture of it right over the row.
That is it.
Wow. I'm very excited for my first harvest.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
It's my first.
Your first YouTube video.
Give me a call.
Yes.
I travel the state.
So if you need, but you sell a lot more than just grape harvesters.
I do. I sell tractors.
Do you do everything New Holland? Everything New Holland,
I do
right?
everything New Holland. I specialize in the grape harvesters or the Braud line.
Okay.
So, and I travel the whole state of California, and currently I've moved 2 grape harvester or 2 olive harvesters to Florida.
Because you will do all of the United States
I will do
equipment.
all of the United States.
So I'll put his information in the description, and then if you want anything from New Holland,
Yeah,
more or less.
more or less. I don't try to whore myself out on tractors. It's just that the Braud harvesters are a
specialty
very
items.
specialty item.
And you're the expert. That's what I was told.
And I am the self-proclaimed expert.
He
for,
is the
for New
expert.
Holland. That's
I had to
right.
wait a whole day to meet him.
Yes, firsthand.
Yeah.